I don't know if you've ever come across the service LetsEnhance.io. It's a service that allows you to enlarge your images, but it does it in a kind of slightly cleverer way than normal interpolation through Photoshop. I was approached by someone at LetsEnhance and they just sort of said, have you ever seen the service? Have you tried it and whatever? I said, no. So I thought I would, but the only thing I had a problem with is that I couldn't really think of any particular need that I had to enlarge images. I don't know. I mean, I just don't think there's that much need anymore. So many devices deliver images in good quality. Phones generate huge megapixel count images, and I don't know, it just didn't seem like there was that much need, certainly not in my sort of small consumer bubble, I guess, of use cases. But if you start thinking about it, you can come up with a few. Anyway, this service was originally started, if I've got my facts right, was really originally started in 2017 by a guy called Alexander Savchenko, I think. And it is a kind of AI-based service. They do the whole AI claim saying, oh, we pass it through all sorts of special machine learning and whatever to make your images look incredible. And that kind of makes sense, because if you actually look up this guy on the internet, you'll see that Alexander is currently head of AI at Skylum software, and they have the kind of accent AI filter in their Luminar software and Aurora software and all that. So that all kind of makes sense and all sort of goes together quite nicely. It all originates from the Ukraine, which is, funnily enough, where Skylum started as well, as far as I know. Anyway, enough about that. Let's take a look at what this software does, because I was making another video. You can see this is a video that I did for a CCTV camera, and I kind of stumbled across a use for this. And the use that I have is enlarging an image that's been sent to me by a client, or when there is just only a poor quality image available for use in video work, so for use in video production. So if I want to have even just an HD image or a 4K, particularly a 4K timeline, the images themselves, if I want to do any moving about on that image, they have to be pretty good quality to start with. So I took a couple of images and I just put them in the timeline here. So I just thought I'd show you those quickly, and you can see the difference between the two and the difference this service makes, these algorithms make. So we can see here, this is the original image enlarged in Premiere. And you can see quite a bit of a pixelation here around the text particularly. And there on the H view, if I just zoom in to 200%, which you wouldn't normally do, but you can see what I mean here. You've got a lot of kind of JPEG artifacts and a lot of mess around the text there. But if I then move the timeline across, this shows you the one enlarged with LetsEnhance. And what we've got is a massive cleanup of all those artifacts. So it nicely sorts out the text. I mean, that looks loads better. This is all tidied up. Maybe a bit too much noise reduction on this, but it looks really good in comparison to the original. I was quite impressed with how good a job it did of these particular images. And let's just go to the other one now. So the original is like this. Let's just have a look at the 100% version. So this was an image, just a marketing image relating to the camera, and I wanted to pan this across, which meant I had to be zoomed in a bit more and stuff. So you can see here that it's very pixelated. This image in the background is a bit of a mess, and even the camera itself has got all sort of jaggedy lines around the side of it and pixelated lines. But if we go to the one that's been put through the LetsEnhance service, well, it looks loads better. I mean, it's night and day. Those two compare nice. If you look at that image behind as well, look at the extra detail that's been retained in this image behind, going from that to that, that to that. I mean, that is one. I mean, if that doesn't sell it to you, I don't know what does. Whether you've got a need to enlarge an image or not is a different matter altogether. I can totally understand that you wouldn't. But for this type of thing, for video production, so if you're starting to work in a 4K timeline and you're getting an image that's 1,000 pixels by 600 pixels or something, this kind of quality enlargement, interpolation is a massive improvement. So I was made up anyway to be able to use this image on the video just have that pan across. Something like that, rather than this one. And you see that a lot on YouTube. You see people using images that are clearly very poor quality to start with, and then they're zoomed in, so they allows that kind of Ken Burns effect, that sort of pan, and they just look quite bad on the screen. But something like this could make a big difference. So anyway, there we go. That was just my personal use case, a genuine use case that I stumbled across after looking at the service, thinking, why do I need to enlarge images? Well, there's one possible use for it and one possible reason, and it's a pretty good example of how well it can work. It doesn't always, and it doesn't always get it right, trust me, but in this case it did a good job. So that's LetsEnhance. You can find them at letsenhance.io. I'm not paid by them, I'm nothing to do with them. I just had a look at their service and thought it did a good job here. So yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments if you've used this service, or if you can think of any really valid reasons for enlarging images. Don't say printing, because even printing doesn't need massive images. So yeah, thanks, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.